What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
And we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell.
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
How long have you been to Sweden?
Hi, my name is Navna. I'm from South Africa.
My name is Megan. I'm from Minnesota in the United States.
My name is Juliana. I'm from Brazil.
My name is Rafael and I come from Italy.
So I'm Maya. I'm from Poland.
I'm Elena and I come from Greece.
I'm Alex. I also come from Greece.
I'm Nikki and I'm originally from Canada.
I've been in Sweden for about 5 years.
I've been here just over a year.
For about 4.5 years.
Almost 5 years.
100% living here, two years.
I have been here for 6 years now.
And quite similar for me.
I lived in Sweden for 8 years.
What was your biggest culture shock right when you arrived in Sweden? The approach of people to basically everything.
To who?
I guess how quiet
the
people
approach.
were. No one says how are you in the stores or anything. So that was kind of a big culture shock for me because people in Canada is like, how are you? It's like, and I was like, do they care about how I am? No.
Compared to Brazilians, Swedes are really like set back, which is respectful, but it's also hard to get to know them in a deep way.
When I came in the first time, I was in the metro station and everybody was so silent. Nobody was speaking and I was like, okay,
They're chilling.
is there something
Chilling.
wrong? And then when I was speaking and I was speaking loud and a lot, you know, I'm Greek, it was like everybody was looking like something was wrong. After
See, I know my wife, so one thing she would probably enjoy about Sweden is that they're quiet. And they ain't doing too much of that riff-raff stuff. So, because she's naturally a quiet individual and she would just be chill and, you know, but she does have fun. She know how to get it going. But normally, she's going to relax and just chill.
Right.
That's the type of environment.
I like to people watch and look out the window and, you know.
I feel you.
6 years, I can say I have calmed down quite a lot.
I like she calm down.
She's
The
there
way
now.
People have trust for others. They leave their babies outside on
Oh,
the
yeah.
That part.
pavement. The other day I was walking through town and I just saw a baby pram. And I thought, oh my gosh. That was like a complete foreign concept to me.
For me, I would say it's like how different people are when they drink versus at night versus when you meet them during the day. Like there was a colleague of mine, I thought she was a bit cold to me. I thought, why? But then during the night, she was drunk and then she was like hugging, like, Alex, it's so nice to have you here. And that was quite shock for me because in Greece or in Spain where I have lived or in Brazil, we are kind of similar during the daytime and night.
Yeah, they switch personalities when they start drinking.
I confirm that.
Yeah, and the next day they pretend nothing happened.
Exactly.
Exactly,
Oh, wow.
and I feel so betrayed sometimes. Like, what happened? We had a good night.
Yeah, and also another thing that I noticed that different from Southern Europe countries, that no one is never hanging on a balcony or from the window. Like in Italy, people really like to be curious and look around what's going
people
on.
watching.
No, when I first got to Sweden, I think one of the main culture shocks was probably customer service. On the one side, I actually like that Swedish customer service is more laid back. Like if you go to a grocery store, you're not about to have a full-length conversation with the cashier. Sometimes I do just want to get my stuff and go. But on the other side, when I've tried to make phone calls to get customer service help, suddenly I'm hoping for a little bit more customer service.
So I'm from Poland and I think we are more like Balkan or Italian people, like we're really close to our family. Like myself, I talk with my mom quite often, almost every day we do a video call. And I think like in Sweden it's not that common. It's not like a must, you have to be friends with your family. It's okay to just stop contacting them and no one will judge you for being black sheep of the family. I think that's maybe like connected with the really well like
she went
system,
deep.
like welfare system. Like when you're old, you're not gonna be forgotten and the government will take care of you.
What are the things that you like the most about Sweden and things that you like the least?
So the best thing coming from a country that's messy, the system. Here things work. It's bureaucratic, takes time, a lot of time, but in the same way when you have things in order, things just work smoothly.
Quality of life, people are very nice, polite, there's a very high rate of education in people.
I feel safe. The streets are clean. The metro is on time. If it's late, you're gonna get like a message or they're gonna say it's gonna be 2 minutes late. As a woman, alone, I'm not gonna be bothered Because even if I want to be bothered, they're not going to speak to me.
Oh, Lord.
Even if you want people to bother you a bit more, you're going to have it.
I never imagined a country caring so much for its people. That was
Okay, so that's interesting. Being that we know Brazil's culture and Sweden's culture. I think Sweden is the ones who like to hike, and that's when they have the parties and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So I was going to say, like, what is, like, the dating culture there, right?
Yeah.
If the people don't mix up nobody.
Yeah, I think the culture shock probably for that as well is being able to come from such a culture in Brazil with the carnivals and all the things like that, and the outspoken personalities, and then come to a location where they won't really speak.
Right.
Just on a regular basis. I mean, even as she said it, no one really wants to give too much attention, even if she wanted all the attention, you know?
Right,
So
right.
I think that's pretty different too.
Are y'all all on, like, apps and things, like dating apps?
Oh, yeah, that could probably be a thing. I would like to hear about that more, the dating culture out there, because if everyone is a little standoffish or quiet. Oh, the drinking. You remember they drink and they talk, and then that's when it goes down.
Does
That's
midsummer?
when
Is
it
this
goes
the midsummer
down.
place?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe
Yeah.
so. That is.
It's like the biggest what for me. I mean, 2 weeks in, I received a health check. It's, you know, there's free education. There's the way that they do the public transport and pavements for pedestrians, the free healthcare. Like I find that mind-blowing. People here enjoy nature. They go for walks. They really value like going to their summer houses during summer.
The
Just the
midsummer.
feeling of the culture feels very lagom. You just feel like everything is very just like balanced. And coming from the U.S., everything is so extreme in all directions. And so I feel like you come here and you can relax a bit. I mean, it's not perfect. You know, the winters are cold and dark. And yet I still would, I feel much more like at peace here.
For me as a woman, the best thing about living in Sweden is equality. So I have really seen that in the workplace, in society, and it has been a big difference from Greece actually. So I really, really enjoy that.
For me, I would say the best thing is how interesting Swedish people are. They are knowledgeable, they are interesting, it's just, it feels that they are better, if I would say. I take that back, but
You'll be cancelled.
yeah.
What's something that you don't like so much about Sweden? Wait a minute. Get your list.
Worst thing is that actually restaurants close too early and
Oh,
clubs
that would be a little problem.
like too early and close too early. I don't like that.
People really keep to themselves to the point where they won't even say excuse me. They will just try to sneak by you. They will like shimmy along the wall.
Yeah,
Don't talk to me, don't talk to me.
It's like all you have to say is like, oh, excuse me. And so that's a huge difference. In the States, we'll be like halfway down that, like away from them down the aisle, be like, oh, sorry, about to come through, you know.
Oh my god. And sometimes I don't feel like culturally integrated and I feel different from most people. Like, and I think that's the hard part. It's also like when you were trying to learn the language, people do speak English. And that's also very hard because if you're trying to learn Swedish, you have to, it's hard to learn the language because everybody wants to speak English.
I mean, to not mention the obvious, the warmth overall, the warmth of the weather. The warmth
the climate
of
that she's
people.
coming from.
Oh, 100%.
When you have everything set up as people are used to have here, and everything is a certain way, and they live their whole life in this way, I understand that it's difficult to kind of do something different out of nowhere, feel comfortable like this. But what is life without a little bit excitement? What is
Brazil
life
coming
without
out.
a little bit serenity? You miss that. I miss that. Just loosen up.
Sad part is that they are not so spontaneous, then we need to plan ahead so much. Our life is mostly on the weekends, not during the week time, whereas in Greece, I mean, you just go for a coffee after work so easily, and here it's just not so easy.
Every day I don't hear voices outside. When you go out to work or whatever you're doing, you don't hear people talking. They just like straight to work, like this. And Friday night, from nowhere, I hear some laughs. It means it's after work, they're going out to drink and they're happy. I mean, in Brazil we also drink, have fun, but we don't have this necessity to like be just in the environment of having fun, to be that energy of like laughing and make jokes and loosen up. We
I
have
feel
fun
that.
every day.
The price, especially like alcohol or getting a shot when you go out with your friends in the night, if you want to be like generous and say, okay, I pay that one, like, and you are 3 or 4 friends, like you are broken for 2 months, you cannot go out anymore.
I would say it's the weather for me.
So you
The
can't go out
darkness,
anymore.
not the cold.
It's hot.
I really like the cold.
Gotta go
The
back to work.
darkness is really, really tough. The first year it was basically impossible to manage this like very long darkness.
I do come
Oh,
from
yeah,
Minnesota, and Minnesota is just as cold, if not colder, than
Yep.
Sweden. But the darkness, and I know that is a stereotype of Sweden, but it really did surprise me the first winter I stayed here. I thought I was so ready. No, the darkness is worse because it's not like you get 4 or 5 hours of bright sunlight. You like might get some sun. Oh, it's gone.
Might.
Like that's
Right.
how it is here.
What's something
I thought that
that's
was interesting, being that she's from the U.S. and she made mention of that, because being from the U.S. and we first came across this thing about Sweden having this pitch black outlet thing going on for some days. It was pretty interesting to hear.
Months, huh?
Months even at that. Yeah. Because how do you live under that condition? It can mess with your mood and stuff like that. So it's interesting to hear how she's handling it, you know?
I don't know. I really think, and obviously, you can say you'll do something or something won't bother you until you get there, right?
Facts,
But
facts.
the type of person that I am, I like cozy vibes. I love rain. I love cloudy weather. I don't think I would have a problem with it.
I think with all the right tools, anybody
Right,
would
right.
have a blast in any experience. That's like saying, what are the 2 things you bring to a dessert outing? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That
right.
would keep you comfortable. So it's like, what is 2 things or 3 things you would bring to Sweden whenever there's a outage of just no sun for months?
Right, right.
I think everybody would be comfortable with that.
All right, so Sweden.
Swedish folks.
Our Swedes.
Yes.
Let us know, like, how do y'all like this? Like, do y'all like it, or do y'all wish it was, wasn't like that? I mean, you can't control it, but
Did you come to a part where you're like, okay, I have to normalize this? Or do you go into it's like, yay, I get to experience something different?
right.
You know?
And how do the children adapt to it?
Oh, yeah.
Especially they grew up with it all
They
their
don't
lives.
talk about that part.
Yeah. I love hearing about the children.
Yeah.
first you was a shock, but now you said I feel more Swedish. I like this.
I guess herring, pickled herring. That was really odd.
Oh, I arrived on cinnamon bun day.
Oh.
So my
So
sister
for the food.
was like, come, let's go get cinnamon buns. And at first I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. And then there was the cinnamon bun day. And then there was the crayfish day. And then it was this and that and that. And now
They have a
I'm
crayfish
seeing
day?
how
Ooh.
the Swedes are taking these tiny little things and making something so cozy out of it.
Organized. They are so organized and it's stressful because they are on time for everything, and this
True.
organization give you security, safety. So you know if they say like, oh, we're gonna be there at this time, or something's gonna happen in some way.
It's happening.
It happens, which brings you some kind of sense of stability.
Yeah, and Brazilians are the opposite of that. Brazilians are more flaky. Like they say, oh, let's go. Yeah, next week let's meet and see, and nothing
Never
happens.
gonna see that.
And I think
never gonna happen.
yeah, and Swedes are like, oh, let's meet next week and have a dinner or something, and they actually mean it.
And they make an appointment. And you
Oh, yeah.
gotta be there.
Appointment.
15 minutes early. Okay, not on the time they say 9, be 8:45.
Swedes never meet just to meet. There always needs to be something planned, like an activity,
Yep.
like a theme for the party. Like there needs to be something. In the beginning, I thought that was super weird. Like just meet, please. But now I think I enjoy it. Like, I mean, we know what to do, and yeah, planned fun is also fun.
I'm not used to plan like free time things, but actually it's good to do that.
Because now I tell him like, oh, in 2 weeks we're doing this, and he never writes anything down. And then when the day comes, I say like, oh, we meet there and there at that time, and he's like, what? What were we doing? And I was like, yeah, I told you a few weeks ago. You remember? No, that never happens. But he's learning.
How has living in Sweden changed you as a person?
It's a good
People
one.
are on time. I'm not on time. I'm Brazilian. I'm 1 hour late. And I had to adapt to that, which I think it's great for me because it's me adapting for better.
The way of driving in Sweden is very respectful and slow driving. One back to me, even when I go to another country.
I think I've gotten more quiet actually. Like I used to be very loud and very like outspoken and stuff.
You need to
Now
talk
more
to
quiet
somebody.
because I feel like I can't. It's like I can't be too loud because I'm scared of people like staring.
Especially being from the United States, we really are in our own bubble there. The country is huge. And,
We are.
we do have so many influential
In some good
cultural
ways.
things
Yeah,
that
it's not all of it.
export out of the U.S. to the world, but not so many international things come into the U.S. And being in Sweden, it's always just such a refreshing view on
Restaurants, that's about it.
live my life, and kind of like I feel like I'm always humbled every day because as much as I've like learned a lot of Swedish and I feel very confident, I'm not fluent, and so there's still times where I don't fully understand something, but that's kind of what makes it exciting.
You can't sit around and wait for things to happen. You have to go out and make the opportunities for yourself, make the friends. In the
Gotta make the
beginning, I
friends.
was reluctant, but it's given me a lot more confidence, I guess, in myself. I feel a lot more capable as a person because I've had to do so many difficult things.
So I like her comment, saying that you can't sit around and wait for something to happen. Especially here in Sweden, obviously the people aren't talking, and it's not in a bad way. They just literally have their own. There's so much I want to say. They have their own thing they got going on. For one, they're organized and they're always on time, which means that it kind of makes them more straightforward people. They say what they feel what they say, and that's it.
And they
So
mean it.
if they don't gotta tell you nothing, they're not gonna talk to you.
Right.
So if you don't go out there and make friends, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be like the last little lady who said that I'm more quiet now. I'm more reserved because I don't want to be stared at. I don't have anybody to talk to.
That one didn't really seem like a positive change.
Yeah, well, for the other one.
I mean, for the culture, yeah, but
Yeah, and that's what I mean. For her, it's more like she needs to come out more. She needs more friends. And if she sits around and wait for things to happen for her, it's not going to happen because the activities and opportunities comes through people of Sweden.
Right.
So
I remember we made a comment about meeting people, I think it was, and our Swede supporters came in the comment section and it was like, no, we have parties and you know, all of these things. It's like hiking, when they go hiking and they meet people and then they have the parties.
Yeah,
that's what they were saying. So I think she need to be around that group.
I think they're inviting. I think she just need to get there and just actually say something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Oh, how do y'all do that?
Do you feel happier?
Like if a person was to speak to you, would y'all be open to speaking back and actually holding a conversation, or how is that?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Here than in Brazil, how do you feel about your home country? Everything that should work works, but culture, I'm not from here, so I have really hard time to adapt. It's hard to like come to a country where everyone does the same or think the same to make them open up a little bit.
Do you miss your home country?
It's like a never-ending debate, internal debate. Should we go back? Is it better in Greece? Should we stay here? I think there is no clear winner.
Yeah.
If we go back, we will miss Sweden.
Yeah. When I go to Greece, I find it now very loud and messy and unorganized. So actually, in Sweden when I'm there.
What advice would you give to someone that's moving to Sweden?
Personally, I would advise you to find like a circle of friends so you can start from that, because I know people who live here many years, like myself. I have very few Swedish friends. It's really hard to connect with them, so you should find someone to connect you, because it's quite easily gonna happen that you're gonna isolate yourself. You know, maybe if you come for work, gonna go to work, come back home, and you don't have a social environment.
I would say come to Sweden if you're prepared for a calmer life. Like perhaps don't come here if you want to have like the Barcelona life. But if you want to settle down with your family or like have a more quiet life, this is the place to be, I believe.
And don't move here directly after your studies, for example, when you have no work experience, because it will be super hard to find a job.
First, have things settled, bureaucratic-wise, everything you have to do with the documents, have that in mind on paper, because it takes time. Everything here takes time. If you apply for everything, it's going to take 1, 2, 3 months.
What you'll learn is that you do need a personal number, and that is hard to get.
Don't expect life to be the same as it was back home, or even greener. You know how they say the grass is greener on the other side. It's only greener if you
water it.
It's such a cliche. It's only greener if you water it and if you make it. So you have to put in the work.
Alright, we're going to separate up. Make sure you guys check the channel out. And I agree 100%. As cliche as it sounds, the grass is greener where you water it. It's all about your environment and what you allow to come in it. And that's what it is.
Right. I really enjoyed that. It was people from different countries, so that we got different perspectives. You know? I really enjoyed that. Alright, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.